Why, hello there. Let's make sure all is happy. Get that fired up. And then we have some chores to do, and some other things to do, and some other things to do. We're going to be busy for a hot second. Alright, so. Testing. We put them down in that order, we'll just do them in that order. Perfectly fine with that. We need to test our update stuff. Because we changed this. So we're going to copy this one because it's going to have a lot in common with this. But we're going to add a duplicate name. Starting name, updated name. Like so. These can just be what they are. All that's still fine. We still do that. This is all still good, except result 2 needs to be this, followed by that. And then this should pass. Does not. What did I mess up? Oh. Because, okay. Because we modify the name. Right. We're just going to do this as a hard-coded string. Actually, hang on. What we do is this. Something in my eyeball. Eye goober keeps showing up in my field of view. Or something. Anyhow. And then this can be... I've done that wrong. That. There we go. Okay, and then the other thing we need to do is... let's also add another. Yeah, we can put you here. We'll use that still. Let's call these guys that. We can actually take that out too. Just it doesn't matter, but it just doesn't make sense, right? When you're trying to parse this in your brain. in your brain meats. Okay, so all that. And then we can do this, but we forgot to do our call. We need to do that. Right here. We do the third one. We can do this too. You're number 3. You're all free. You're 2. You're 2. All you are 3. We should still be good here. And this will just make sure that we increment, because I know we had a point where we screwed that up at some point. Oh, I changed that. Let's just do that. Would help if we set them all to the same name. There we go. Okay, perfect. Now, let's do... We'll copy you, because again, we're going to have a couple in here. I want to do a rename, I think. How do I want to test this? I think we do 2 of them, because we want to check that. We need to do... we need to do another one with duplicate names. But... if we do this... we want to do a 1. You, I want you to be... that. You're going to still be that. But you should be allowed to be... or do I want to do... I want to do this. So then we expect number 2 to still be itself. But number 3, we're actually going to expect you to be the first. Because 2 is used, base is used, but 1 is free in this case. Perfect. And then, let's see, is there anything else? New fact, new duplicate name. The... I think that's it. But we need to do another here. And actually, I want you to be based on this one. This will be date effect name to duplicate. Because there's two branches in here, right? Where we do an update or we do a new creation. We want to test both. So we're going to put this down here. We're going to put you all in here. But test effect name. We're going to put this down here. These are going to go away. So are those. And that. We can actually put you down here just for visual organization with your assigner. And then here, okay, so test effect name, that's fine. Test effect 2. Test effect 3, right? Okay, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to do I think yes. Updated effect 2 is a clone of 2, and then this will be test name. I can actually do this up here. What are you playing, Spotify? Not a groove, whatever it is. In fact, let me change that up real quick. That'll do for now. Okay, so we can use test name there. We give you different names. we clone you and make you a new name, and then we say update effect you. We're still going to expect the length to be 3. In fact, let's actually do this. We're going to do this in one chunk here. Number 3. And let's actually, just for funsies, do you first. Okay, then we still expect you to be that. Expect this to be test name still. This one is actually going to be 2. This one is going to be 1. Because we did it backwards, right? In the order of what we updated. And it does. Perfect. Okay. And then let's do the same thing, but which one do I want to copy here? I think I want to copy this one. Update effect into duplicates. Previous count usable. So we're still going to do that. We're still going to do this and that. That's perfect. Except we're going to do... In order for this to be... Well, we could split it up and do 2 tests for this. So I'm thinking of both the cases where the previous number is usable. We're editing both of the last ones, so it'll be hard to put one in the middle. No, I think we just do this. I think we say this is... Oh, I should have left it there. It's fine. Your test name 1 in here. That's what you are. And then when these guys get changed, 3 is going to become test name. You're going to remain 1 over here. That doesn't need its interpolation anymore, and you're still 2. Because you'll get inserted, you'll be the 0, you'll get added, you'll be the 2. No, I messed something up. Did I mess it up in code, or did I mess it up in... the test? 0 is still 1. You should be 2. Okay, so I have messed something up here. Let me run main. We'll test this manually before we get too crazy. So I thought this was working correctly. Okay, so we make you y'all can be F, that's fine. This can be 1. And then I do this. Okay, so I messed up something in this. Because it does indeed make me 3 when it should be 0. So let's change you back really quick. You're in the controller. What is in here that says changed? Oh, right. Yeah, that. Duh. Okay. So we sort you. It's because we don't have anything that checks that. We just check for a gap. Could I get away with saying after the sort, if the 0 index, so the lowest one, well, hang on, what is a... We update you. Then we add 0. Yeah, okay. So we add 0 manually. So if 0 is not equal to 0, return 0. And then in our call to this, we would need to do this ahead of time. In both of these cases, we'd have to do this call first, which is fine. Oops, I put that in the wrong spot. That's why that doesn't like it. So here I would need to say here. And if we're going to do this, we could do this, and then I can just put this into there. That would be nicer. Except for I can't quite do that. I need to do that, and then this can be format incrementer. I can ditch these guys. And then you're that. That's better. Because in here I can say if you're 0, just give me an empty string back. Otherwise, we return the string we were building. And now we can change this in here if we change our minds, like add a space or whatever. For now, we're going to go with that. That's fine, I think. This, we need to do the same thing in here. Move you up here to still resolve that. Just thinking if there's a better way to handle this or not. We could do this in a single here. But let's not. Or should we? I think I like this just fine. Just because it's more readable. That should make our test pass, hopefully. It does. And we should also be able to say, run these all and have them pass. Does it? Ah, because I have forgotten to take that out. Good thing we tested, right? Perfect. And then if I come over here and I change you, you should just go. And you do. Perfect. Let's clean this junk up. So it's not in our config file. We can close that for now. Okay, so we need a terminal open. That would help. We'll do that. Adding duplicate names and editing existing facts to have duplicate names. And then we'll do that. We'll say fix bug covered by tests where the unincremented name would not be used. Oi to you as well. And then we'll remove that. Push that up. Okay. Confirmation dialog. We need to look up some Flutter doc here. for our modal. Show dialog function. That's not what I wanted. I want to be on main. All right, so next task is when we have one of these and we click that, we need a, you want to delete that? Or do we? For now, we will. I don't really want to write like a trash can for it right now. If it becomes annoying, I'll consider it. If we get to that part, though, we need to do more. Because like I just don't think you're going to be trying to delete a ton of different status effects all in one go, right? So that's what's influencing that decision. But if we did, then we want to do, you know, like a checkboxy type delete setup. But yeah, okay, so bop. Got docs here. Turns the future, yada. Show me the thing. Dialog builder. Interesting. Disable, enable. Interesting. Okay. So, how do I make you? I would need to pass the it wasn't on my favorites list. Interesting. We would have to pass in the on delete to the modal, I think. I don't think we need this. Would this be more correct? Looks more or less the same to me. Okay. I think could do this either way. I like the other way better. I don't need any of this stuff. Yeah, okay. Let's do this one. So, move you real quick. Move you so I can see. So our delete button down here. It's the wrong one. Center, there we go. That's the status effect. Oh, you know what? I'm in the wrong spot. Oops. That should have been muted. What's going on there? Take a look at that in a minute. Okay, so you are where my delete over here. You're where my delete icon lives. I should have left you here. We're done with this for now. We should be done with that for now. Probably done with that for now. We'll leave it open for a second. That can stay open. Actually, no, we're done with that. Okay. So, our delete. Here. Here is where we need to do, instead of this, we do show dialogue. String is theirs. I think we probably use the same thing. In here, we have the context, builder, of an alert dialog, which has a title, which will be, let's say, delete status effect, question mark. except for this needs to be a text widget. They've used a const, and actually I think we can do the same. For that matter, we could do it in other places too. Let me just or I could say for text widgets can be consts. Just a note for future me. Okay. Get title, content. Can also be text. To permanently delete this status effect. And then actions. It's a list of widgets. They used text buttons. I suppose I'm not terribly opposed to that. Text button for both. This one will make you cancel, I think. So in order to then cancel, we do that. And then the child is the text, which is cancel. This one, I think we have to do the same thing. Except before we do the navigator pop, we need to do all of this essentially. Except for we can do this. Them, and then we're not allowed to put an if in there. Because this isn't a func, that's why. Why won't you let me do this? That's what it started as. But I can't do that in there. Can I not? I thought I've done this before this way. This syntax. Probably overlooking something stupid. Where did I use? Yeah, like this. Let's fix this while I'm here real quick. That. You don't have... Oh, that's part of it. This needs to be up here. There we go. That. That. There we go. That's better. So if we click on OK, then we do that. If you're not, no. And then we do that. Cancel, it's still there. Yes, perfect. I did not love the fact that you were not square, which is kind of, we're kind of working with a theme here. So hovers for those need to be square, you should be square. There's a shape. There is a shape. Which is a shape border. Which is abstract. What I actually want here is rounded rectangle border with emptiness. Which makes that square. And then I just need to get the hover on those buttons. But you guys, I need to do the funky thing. Not style? You do have style. There we go. Button style has a thing. Because we need to set it to all states. I need this. This. Whoop. This. I would make myself retype it, but I can't do that because my search goes away. And then we can do it on here though. Style, button style, has a shape, which is a widget, state property all, rounded rectangle border, rounded rectangle border, border radius is 0. See if that worked correctly. It did. Perfect. Look how I'm tired today. Hopefully that means I'll sleep well. I kept waking up last night. Okay. Let's see here. I think we're good there. I'm gonna do a commit. Add confirmation dialog for deleting status effect. Oops. Holy cow. All right, let's go look for some widgets that can be const. That can be all these labels should be able to be. I don't know if there's any. Actually, let's find out if there's any. Why do I use const? Or why do you guys? Const widgets and any objects for that matter don't have to be reloaded, saving memory. Oh, okay. Interesting. Reduces the work for the garbage collector. Good to know. So we'll have to kind of keep an eye out for that as we continue to learn more Dart and more Flutter. These guys can't be because they need to be rebuilt a lot. Can I do that? Which makes this unnecessary. I can, I think, because you... I can't do that because I built you. But this could be. And if I was to do that, would that make these redundant. Doesn't say so, so I'm gonna roll with it and move my const out here to these guys that don't need to be rebuilt. Column width is already const. I don't think. Yeah, I can't do that. Because everything inside of you gets rebuilt. Makes sense. Let's go ahead and do that, though. All of our labels. Actually, I should be looking in here. I should roll back here. Because within this, that's fine. That's all fine. And that. That. Here I can do that for... And actually, I think I can do inside of here. That doesn't need to change. Can I do that? No, because the state property. This should be doable. That shouldn't change ever. Nor that. While I'm there and all. Okay. That. Think that? Oh no, because the theme. Can't do that either. Makes sense. Because that one is themed, we leave him alone. Add property. That's a const. That can be... That can be... that. I don't think this can be. Yeah, no. That can be, though. So tired today. Been a long day. That stays. Oh, because we use variable there. Yep. Same with that. These guys both. Man, why am I so tired? No, because I slept like crap. And because it's like the perfect temperature for sleeping in here. And I'm cozy. That. You use a theme, so you couldn't be. We muck around with that, so no. That could be... Oh, nope, sorry, we use a theme. Alright, maybe that's all. Maybe that's all we can do. We just don't build this. Yeah, that's fine. That. Could you be? You could be. Think. That's about it for this guy. Yes. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, let's do that. There might still be some in there, but it's fine. Use const where possible for speed. Sorry, speed. Performance. That's fine. Okay. Now, let's do another chore. We have this. Where are you? You're hiding from me. You're here. We have this base class. We need to make the status effect controller implement that, which we can do. Easy enough. We just need to give you if I can put these into the base class. That'd be nice. To make you, we need you to implement object controller. That's gonna say, hey, you don't, because I need to do you need to get imported, and we can say for this, and we say if UID is equal to ID, return that. Otherwise, it's not a... Wait, how did I do that? Did I make you nullable over? I think I did. I did. Perfect. I forgot my override. Okay. We're going to leave that from right meow. We're done in there. That implements. And then we want to do kind of flip the script here and let this drive some other stuff. We want load items to be a thing that this controller type out, the object type does. So we'll override that. And instead of load effects, yeah, it's supposed to. Because you implement. Cool. Glad that my refactor assistant wasn't smart enough to figure that out. Big fan of that. Not. Wait, why? Is it because of that? No. What are you telling me? Skill controller is missing. Attribute controller is missing. Yes, I know that. Okay. So yeah, I think I'm good there. That got fixed. We'll need to fix the test, I think. Yeah. This replaced with that should get you squared away. And then I just need to come over here. That. Just for visual organization, you go up there. You. Very much the same. Add the override. Just for visual, you go up there. Okay, now. That still replaced with that. Same deal here. Oops. Base all. Okay. Okay, what else are we mad about now? In here. That. Oops, that got crazy. There we go. Okay. Can I, I don't think I'd be able to use an abstract class if I wanted a default implementation. I think I would need to just actually have a class. Okay. Not sure it's going to matter. We're going to roll with this for now. It's mostly just to kind of unify the APIs for convenience. So we're going to roll. Okay, so we got skill, we got attributes, and we have status effect. We also want to be able to save items. If I add my override, will you then help me out here? No, you won't. You're going to be a pain in my neck. And make me do things the hard way. Okay. That. That. Okay. That. Ooh. Can I get away with doing that? Maybe. No. We would have to do... Why not? If I take that out completely, then it's also unhappy. We would need to do... Can I do... Can I just do that? Why not? Let's see here. So there's lots of things about classes. I don't think there's anything in here that I want, though. Um, this may not be something that really makes sense here in Dart. And I can't use just regular... I can't use this either, right? Just to make sure. Yeah. It wouldn't make sense it could be nullable, because this is not nullable. I would have to do like an object there and then check it to make sure, which doesn't make sense, right? I would need to do another class for controlled object or something and make them all that. Which I don't know if I want to do yet. This may be sort of a fool's errand here. Okay, let's rethink this push a little bit. We're still going to have... Nothing really enforces this. I don't know if it matters. Like, we could get more complicated with it and... Like, instead of an abstract base... We could just write... this as a class and then... give it a type and all that. Actually, there's an interesting idea. Can I do that? Oops. And then could I do that? No. Could I do that? Maybe. I don't think so. It gets funky there. Okay, so... Let me actually roll this back. Check all that. We're going to leave this the way it is. Until such time as this is going to actually give us any benefits to really implement it like that. I'm going to say we don't, that's not going to matter. We're going to leave that alone. We're going to leave that alone until we really need to do it. If we end up needing to do it, we'll commit to it. But for now, we'll leave that there. We're just going to do the part where we're going to make this unified. Like so. That. That. What are you mad about right now? You shouldn't be mad about anything. Yeah, it's all working. So it looks. We'll probably have to fix the test, so that's fine. There. Now, what are y'all mad about? Oh, yeah. Fix that up. That's already taken care of. Guess it was just load. Okay. Okay. Let's do. Quick test run of all the things. All passing. Good, okay. Make all the controller flavors same method names for ease of use. I guess that's really the reason. Okay. So that's done then. Let's, I guess, start on attributes. We also need to do, let's do this. If we're going to be done in there, which we probably are for now, we'll move these guys up to here. It's fine. We need to do look at the attributes. Whoop. We also need to make this home screen. Oh, we made skills and attributes all in one. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So here's the old crappy busted editor. We want to do a new version of this, so that one. There we go. Let's grab a screenshot of that. So that we have that to refer to without running the program. Just for simplicity's sake. Okay. Meow. We also need to do a homepage for that. We'll get to there in a minute. Right, meow. Display page is status effects. Okay, perfect. So we need to do because we combined this page. Let's do this. We'll move you into here. We'll move you in here. Why is everything angry at me? Because the imports are broken. Why did you break? You should have refactored, but okay, that's fine, whatever. You. Because I want to put this all into the same. Why have you decided that you can't be null? Interesting decision there. Import my controllers as well. Okay, there we go. And that fixed that. Okay, good. I'm gonna fix all the imports. Wow, that refactor just failed hardcore. Guess we'll fix it up. I'm sure that's from something else in here. Okay. Are we good? Redo that. There we go. Okay, back to working again. And then now that we've done all that work, we can put in here the we called you just status effects. I guess we can call you that. That'll be fine. Let's pull this over here just in case. No, I don't need you right now. Nor you. This we might need. But maybe not. Yeah, we will. Because this is going to need... to be stateful as well. Package, Dart, or Flutter, material? Yes, material.dart. And then you... yeah, extends stateful widget. This needs that. You need the key override set state. Yes, create state. This will be that. That won't exist yet. Oh, you know what I should do here? Oh, I've done that backwards. We need override widget build context turn hello world text widget. That's fine. Shouldn't this be private type at a public API? Okay, so that can't be private. Okay. What was it that I was thinking of? Something else would need to be. It wasn't, it wasn't like one of you that I did that in, was it? It did. Because this is create, okay, state. Okay, that's what it was. We should probably actually fix that in here. If this is just state, create state, then this can be private. It should still be uppercase though. I don't know if it matters, but we're going to go with it. So let's just do a quick Refactor skills and attributes be in the same parent folder because they go on the same screen. Do I enjoy JetBrains IDs? Yes. And also rough in the, or just lay down the file for the screen. Let's see, whoop. I'm just gonna throw stuff on the ground. It's good for it. Oh, it's fine. I don't care about that. Okay. While I'm busy doing that, hello? I have hit some kind of key here, I think, because I'm not able to type. Okay, I'm gonna do that. When I dropped my phone on the keyboard, I must have hit a something. I'm not familiar with whatever key I hit. I wonder if I put myself into Vib mode or something. That'd be silly. There we go. So this can be state. And then I could make that private. I don't know that it really matters. Let's actually find out. Let's just do a learn. Dart should the state class of a stateful. Actually, I should say Flutter, not Dart. Stateful widget private. Should be private, indicating it should not be queried anywhere outside. Yeah. That makes sense. So it's just good practice, basically, is what they're saying, which makes sense, right? So that's why I would think I would need to do it. And I could also use a type tag here. They're saying but they are not correct. We're going to leave that. But I am going to say well, no. We'll leave it as plural. It's kind of weird, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to make sure that we did that correctly while we're thinking about it. Member picker state. You're not stateful, so that's fine. Neither are you. Okay. Just that one that I needed to fix up then. Cool. Perfect. Okay. Meow. let's switch over to this. All right, and there's our hello world. So we're gonna do kind of the same thing we were, except for we're gonna need this to be, I think we can expand and flex this. Let's try. So we're gonna put this into a row, I think. There's going to be 2 widgets in here. We're going to say that you, what did we do before? We did attributes. That. But we actually need this to be in here. You're going to be a column. And you'll come up into here. Flex of 3. Because here we're going to do, wait, did I did forget. No, I'm good. Why are y'all mad? Because I'm missing one of those. And that fills that up. That's fine, because we need to do now an expanded here. We'll say 1, so it's 1/4. Same deal, we're going to do a column. Like so. Okay, perfect. Do I need to do? No, I don't need to do. I don't care to do. What I want to do how do I want to do this? I want to toggle it back and forth. I could do that. But I would need to have another tracker here. I would need to have like I could do a couple different ways. What way is the most sane way though? I could do like a tracker for active widget and switch on that. That would be more like an enum I would need. I don't really want to do that. I could do... I could do this. I could say... that. And then I could do a... this, where I would say... oh, except for y'all aren't... oops. Y'all would need to come up here. Can I multi-assign? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. Okay. What I think I want to do here I could say I can do this. And then I can say if this is the same as the large flex, then, well, I couldn't do it in a ternary. If I was to do that, then I could say that. Otherwise, that would toggle. Then I would need to set state in here too, I think. Not in here, in the wrapper around it. Here, we can have our text, that's fine. Floating action button though. On pressed, funk it up with a set state, inside of which we call toggle flex. And then we do Read him in the wrong. Out here. What is my floating action button version? Yeah, child. Do you not have... Okay, whatever, that's weird. Either way, we want this same button. I must have the spaces in the wrong place before it reformatted. Okay, so now... we get our toggle. Okay, I think that's a good start. I'm not sure... We kind of made you smaller on all. Maybe we'll do... We'll think about it. It's time for me to go sleep. I'm tired. Go finish up my chores and take a sleep. But I'll be back here tomorrow and we'll figure out more. Let's do a quick commit though. Off in the size toggle logic. There we go. So yeah, thanks for everybody who came and hung out. Thanks for the chats. Thanks for everybody who just kind of worked along with me. I'd love to see you again. I do this thing 4 days a week, starting on Friday, ending on Monday. So I should be back here tomorrow doing more. And I'd love to see you again. I start at 8 p.m. Central Time. Twitch, you have a schedule. YouTube, just do math for me. But yeah, love to see you. And if not, you guys have a great weekend anyway. We'll catch you some other time.